everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Bowman here, and today we are continuing our playthrough of Planescape Torment. And today we are going to be... I figure out which one this is. We're going to retrieve this guy's necklace from these thugs. Or at least try to. This heavyset thug is swathed in rags, dyed red and black. He looks like he is made almost purely of muscle. He glowers at you as you approach. Greetings. And how can I help you then, Governor? This man's face breaks into a sneer. Looks to me you need a healer. You one of those ones who robbed a monk in the hive? Took his prayer bead necklace? Some sod with lines scrawled over his face claimed he could have put us all in the dead book, yet lets us bob him blind. The man gives a slow toothless smile. Never even heard of such a sod, I haven't. Perhaps we can come to an agreement. The necklace is of no value to anyone not of his order. Perhaps I could buy it from you. The man frowns. No, I'm attached to it, I am. Can't let it go, except for a hefty bit of coin. Say 15 copper? How about 10? Well, alright. It's an ugly thing anyways. Here you go.
I couldn't carry anymore, so I had to drop it.
That's okay. Okay, so got his necklace. So that's... hold on, what is this?
Done.
What's up? Okay.
It is I.
Let's see. Did that. Oh.
Yeah?
Endure. In enduring, grow strong. I'm hurt. I hear your
What?
words. Don't
see
let
that?
it end like this.
Oh no.
I'm sick of dragging your corpse back here with my teeth.
We'll do this real quick.
I couldn't carry anymore, so I had to drop it.
Try to drop a...
Endure.
What's up?
In enduring, grow strong.
Okay.
Done. I hear your path is mine.
Yeah?
I will
Huh?
hear you.
Damn it.
Balance in all things. Die. It is
What's
I.
up, Chief?
I'm gone.
Okay, here he is. You see a dustman with a crooked smile frozen in his face. Despite the smile, his eyes are dull as stones. His right arm is shorter than the left, and he keeps it tucked to the side, as if cradling a small child. Greetings. The dustman eyes slide over you. Name. The way he speaks the word, it sounds like the rolling of a bell. I don't know. No name can help you. The dustman speaks in a curious sing-song voice. Need to give a name if you want to see where it died.
Updated my journal.
What? Give it a name when you're born, give it back when you need it, no more. Death of names, death of names. His eyes swim across the monolith, then the walls of the area. Buried many names here. Death of names has. Tell me a name. I'll show its grave. Can you bury a name for me? He nods, then unfolds his small hand from where it is cradled on his side. It looks trophy in the size of a small hand. Cost Jink to bury a name, 3 coppers. S. Annan.
Updated my journal.
The coppers fall into Death Name's hands, and he tucks his arm back to his side, his eyes now suddenly alive. Roll to the back of his head, then snap forward and begin scanning the monolith and walls of the memorial. Wait. He catches sight of a spot on the wall, and he quickly scuttles over it, hunches over, then begins to chip at the wall. He stops a few moments later, hops up, then returns to you, buried. The word has a finality about it that makes you uncomfortable. I'd like to bury another name. Dionara. He shakes his head, buried. Dionara. His eyes roll at the back of his head, then pop back. With a wild gleam, his eyes run across the walls of a monument, scanning the names at inhuman speed. He then points at a section of the wall. Buried. Examine the spot he's pointing at. Chiseled into the black stone in tiny, cramped writing is the name you requested. It is almost lost beneath the sea of names around it. I had another name. Doll. He shakes his head. Not dead yet. That name is not buried here. S. Annan. Buried. Adon? Not dead yet. Very well.
Did you see that? Damn it. Did you see that?
I'm gone.
Come in, Basher. Look here, the finest Toledo blade.
Alright. There he is. You see the cry of Essan, and he still emits choked sobs as he chants the dead city's name, and tears roll down his cheeks. I've seen to that Essan's name has been remembered. It lies carved upon the black stone monument outside the mortuary.
Updated my journal.
Suddenly there's a brief whisper in the air, and the man's eyes dry. One of the tears that ran on his cheek simply vanishes. Then Essan is served. I will tell my fellow criers of the stone you have described. You have my gratitude. It was nothing. Farewell. I hope you and your brothers spend the rest of your days peacefully. You see Porphyrin. He is still standing grimly on the street, paying no heed to the passerby. The web of lines on his face are staggered into a series of right angles. This one addresses you, Porphyrin. As you speak, the angles in Porphyrin's face relax into a series of strange curves. This one would ask, do you have the neck rope of beads that was stolen? I think so. Is this it?
Updated my journal.
This one sees what you hold. Those are the beads once missing. He takes them from you. You notice his hands have the same tracery of lines upon them as his face. This one has a question. How did you get the beads from the 3? I purchased them. This one would know. One who fights with coin carries a name in the order of the Erit Agi. Porphyrin's face breaks into angles again. Those ones are called merchants. It is a path without discipline and without honor. If you were a true warrior, you would learn to use every weapon at your disposal. This one bestows apologies. This one meant no offense. The angles on Porphyrin's face sharpen acutely, then slowly curve into ripples. This one bestows several welcome thanks for your service, yes? You're welcome, I think. I have a question for you, though. If you cannot enter combat, how did you get your warrior training? This one clarifies. The Eridagi may train with one when there is no anger between them. I see. Could you teach me how to use those weapons? This one could instruct you, yes, but this one warns you. With knowledge of violence comes temptation to use it. I sure hope so. This one speaks. Is it your will to leave behind your previous profession? The path of the warrior cannot be walked with an unfocused mind. Not at this time. Farewell. This one will instruct. The lines on his face fold into the triangles. These things compromise the angles of your training, focus, expertise, proficiency. I don't understand. Can you
Updated
explain?
my journal.
This one will speak of focus first. For teaching to take root, you must have focus. You must be committed to the path of the warrior. The warrior is your profession, no other. Understood. I can only be the fighter class if I want to learn about weapons. What is the next angle of training?
Updated my journal.
This one will speak of experience second. True knowledge of combat comes only with experience. There is a limit to how much weapon instruction one may absorb. When you reach new level in the art of a warrior, it may be you are ready for new instruction. Understood. There's a limit to how much I can learn at first, but this limit may increase when I reach a new level. What is the next angle of training? This one will speak of proficiency third. There is only so much one can learn about any weapon. This one would add, there is only so much that this one can teach. Knowledge of the weapon comes at 3 levels, the ignorant, the proficient, and the specialized. There are levels between each of these, in which the student has surpassed previous learning, but has not truly reached the plateau of the next skill. What are these levels? This level of the ignorant is this. When one does not know the weapon they use, the attack is clumsy. The damage much less than its potential. That sounds like me when I woke in the mortuary slab. Go on, what is the level of the proficient? The level of the proficient is this. When one has learned a weapon, he is said to be proficient in its use. His attacks are no longer clumsy. They come swiftly and surely. And the level of specialist?
Updated my journal.
The level of the specialist is this. When one goes beyond proficiency, he becomes specialized in use of the weapon. The weapon is no longer a tool, but extension of will. Alright, I understand. What can you teach me of weapons? This one was trained in the hand, the blade, the stave, the hatchet, and the spider. Which one would you like to know? I wish to know about fists. One who would use the fist. It strikes swiftly. The damage it does crushes the bones of an opponent. There will be weapons you may find: heavy gauntlets, punch daggers, and even the cestus. These do crushing, piercing, or slashing damage. Your knowledge is limited. Do you wish to use a portion of your talent to attain the level of the proficient in this weapon? Wish to know about axes. One who would use the axe. Its speed is not that of a club, but its damage is greater. It slashes like a great claw at the body of an opponent. Do you wish to use a portion of your talent to attain the level of the proficient in this weapon? Yes, I wish to learn to use this weapon.
Updated my journal.
This one will instruct you first. Stand like so. Yes? This one compliments you. The knowledge comes to you swiftly. You take instruction well. Thank you. I'll learn other weapons if you would teach me. I wish to know about axes. One who would use the axe. Its speed is not that of the club. Okay. Alright. Suppose now we'll head over to Ragpicker Square. You can smell the reek of dung and rotting meat on this man, even from afar. Though obviously weak and decrepit, his long, thin fingers and sunken eyes give him a sinister look as he scuttles through the garbage around him. The way he drools and rolls his eyes makes you wonder if he's mad. Greetings. He tries to focus on you, but his gaze wanders. His eyes are set deeply into hollow sockets, and his skin is terribly pale and diseased, covered with rashes and yellowed patches that look ready to peel from his body at any moment. The stench emanating from him is terrible. As you open your mouth to speak, he licks his lips and swallows. You deader? Are you alright? You... Yo. He licks his lips again, and yo. He licks his lips again, and his long, spindly fingers pick up at his skin as he stares at you. Yo, deader? He glances to your left, then his eyes dart back to you. Dead, dead? Hungry. He reaches out to touch you, licking his scalpus lips. Don't let him touch you. His hands claw the empty air where you were, and he gives a low whine, like a pained dog. Step back. His hand suddenly shoots out to catch a fat, white grub that is squirming in a nearby heap of offal. You feel your stomach churn as he takes the maggot and shoves it into his mouth. He chews it slowly, then swallows it. No, I'm not dead. You look dead. He scratches himself beneath his robe, and you suddenly notice that he has a finger hanging from his neck on a cord. It looks like there's a ring on it. What is that, finger bone? He looks down, his plague-ridden features twisting into a ghastly, snaggletooth parody of a grin. Snick. He looks ready to chew on it. Don't eat that. Have a bite off me instead. I'm more fresh. He smiles and reaches for your outstretched hand. Give me the finger bone first. He nods greedily and lets you take the finger bone. Don't let him bite you. Huh. This is a well-decayed and nearly meatless finger bone from a humanoid of roughly your size. There is still some sort of odd ring on the finger. It is an intricate thing, sculpted with dozens of tiny ornate phalanges and decorative protrusions. Pull the ring from the finger. Try as you might, you cannot remove the ring. It's almost as if the ring's sharp edges have dug into the lifeless finger itself and refused to release it. You have an odd feeling about it, however. Try as you might, you cannot remove the ring. It's almost as if the ring's... Okay. Remove your own finger. Replace it with the finger bone. You place the ring finger of your left hand into your mouth, close your eyes, take a deep breath, and bite down as hard as you can. There is a sickening crunch, and you are overcome with the taste and smell of blood. You spit the bloody finger out and place the rotten ring-laden finger bone against the gushing stump. Continue. At first nothing happens, and you are horrified at the thought of what you've just done. Suddenly, though, you feel a strange tingling sensation as bones fuse and tendons reknit. In moments, the rotting finger bone has become a living part of your body, though it still throbs painfully. The jagged ring suddenly loosens and slips off into the palm of your hand. Huh. Nice. Alright, cool.
I'm gone.
Better save.
All right.
Junk. I don't want that. Okay, how do I get out? Unlike other collectors you've seen, the robes on this one seem to be of fine quality. Ah, another debtor has come to visit us. Please excuse the mess. My colleagues haven't had the time to tidy up. There's no way out. Why, sure there is. The door is right over there. But you need one of these to activate the portal. He holds up what appears to be a small glass bead. Come, let us talk price. I'm listening. Simple. You pay my comrades and me 100 coppers, I give you the key to the portal. What if I don't want to pay? Then my friends and I will just have to sell your body to the dustman. Either way, we get paid. I think I'll kill you instead.
Endure. In enduring, grow strong.
Did you see that?
I'm hurt.
What's the word, Chief?
All right.
Okay, how do I leave though? Last. Maybe I have to use it. This man is whistling a cheerful tune and playing with a well-cut fighting knife. As you approach him, he stops whistling and gives you a curious look. What you want? I had some questions. My name's Ratbone, Cutter. I'm a thief for hire in the employ of old Sugar, the boss of the old collectors. You see, around this square, he pays mostly to learn his lads to be real quiet-like and how to fight if they runs into a spot of trouble. That's likely the only questions I'll answer for you, Cutter. Thief for hire? Could you train me? Sure, for a spotted chink. Been trained before? No, I haven't. That's fine. I'm going to cuff you now, so dodge it. He suddenly swings his open hand at your head. You avoid Ratbone's blow. Not bad, Cutter. Now about that spotted jink. Sounds good. Here. You knows you got to stop doing whatever you're doing, right? You can't be a warrior or whatnot and a thief. Are you alright with that, Cutter? No, I'm not. I best take my copper back. Tall and lanky, this pale, grim-looking man exudes authority despite his gangly and somewhat awkward frame. A good portion of his left ear is missing. What little that's left is a ragged mess of scar tissue, as if the ear was bitten rather than cut off. His narrow, shifting eyes, almost mere slits, look clever and dangerous. Would you be Sheargrave? He spits out a reply. I don't know you, Burke. He glares at you. Who are you to be asking about some Sheargrave, Cutter? A man called Pox referred to me as Sheargrave. I was told he might know the location of someone named Pharod. The tension in the room suddenly rises. Now, what a funny thing to be asking about. What do you want to know about Old Blood Pharod for? He knows something I need to know. That's so. Like what? Like who I am. After an awkward silence, he speaks. You're Barney Burke, and not safe to have around from the looks of you. Get lost and be quick about it. But I had some more questions. That's so. How interesting. He suddenly calls out. Bloods, kill this man.
All right.
Well, that didn't go how I thought it would. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, well, I think we'll end this episode here. Thank you very much for joining me on this playthrough of Planescape Torment. As always, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe down below, and we'll see you all in the next one.